Greetings. Hope all is well with you. And like no other, today has been filled with engagement, enlightenment, and also expansion. And when I say of expansion, I mean not only of network, but also of ideas, of knowledge, motivation, inspiration. And how did I end my day? Well, the day is still going, but I just came from the barber. And as I sat in his chair and reflected on today, I paid attention to his craft, where using numerous machines, using numerous guards, just to be able to, give me the cut that I requested, bringing my vision to reality. And those things we consider his tools, which along with his characteristics, his charisma, but also his attention to detail, right? And as I went through and reflected on today, those were the same things. So we started off listening to John Maxwell, where what stood out to me was living the abundance life compared to the life of scarcity, and understanding that it's a mindset. But he challenged us to, move the mind and have a mind move. And what came out of that for me was the difference between, belief and self-worth. So self-belief is with who you think you are, self-worth is who you know you are. And giving us the equation, which is you have given, and then you have growth. And when you add those two together, you have self-worth, and that really stood out to me. Also, what got to me was Chris Robinson, and sorry if I have to go to my notes because it was so much information, so much great and positive nuggets. And what he spoke on was becoming a star creator. So not just only being the person trying to be the star, but he used anecdotes and stories to just identify that when you go now to be a star creator, not only do you add value to you, but you add value to the lives around you. So he left with two questions: who can I add value to, and how can I add value to them? And that stood out. Then we had John Gordon, and John Gordon, what line stood through for me was, we get burned out not because we forget why we do it, we got burned out because we forget why we do it, not what we are doing. And one thing I'm all about is purpose, and I'm all about why. So this resonated with me, and being positive makes everyone around you better. So one of my values is that everyone in this world wants to do great. They want to be great. But for many of them, they do not realize that there is an alternative lifestyle that will allow them to be great, to understand what their purpose is in this life, and to now go and have the courage to attain it. Because the point of vision, or the idea of vision, is so loose to them. And he spoke about building teams. Well, that is one of my greatest passion, is to build teams. So he gave his 4 C's, which is communicate, connect, commitment, and care. And I follow these because those are the steps that it takes really to build a team. And I'm big on communication, really, because communication, I feel, could solve every problem. Better yet, understanding that one of my other values is that the solution is sent before the problem, but we just need the power and the skill of discernment to be able to identify it, and then the courage and the conviction to go and apply it. So that has been something of mine. And then we had Valerie Burton, who was the last speaker, and she spoke about the rules of resilience and spoke about the energy gap. We have our performance goals and our growth goals, and sometimes we need to grow in particular areas to be able to achieve the performance that we are looking for. And that gap is considered the energy gap. And she went on to speak about the mental energy, and she gave helpful tips on how do we be able to identify when we have these issues and what could we do. And we had emotional energy and spiritual energy and physical energy. But what I like about the Live to Lead is that it now includes, it included from last year to this year, and I've been going for about 4 to 5 years now. And what it included was, a panel discussion that include Bahamian people, Bahamian CEOs, entrepreneurs, persons who have already climbed their ladder or continuing to climb their ladder. And then allows us to resonate because we are able to connect with them. We come from the same country, we understand the same challenges, and we understand the same successes, however that may come depending on what the industry was. So I wanted to say that this has been a phenomenal day. I was able to meet positive people, some persons now who would be a part of my network, which would be Mr. Barrett Miller, and also Ms. Dr. Jason Stiles. So what, I looked forward to the day, and it's so beautiful when you could connect the dots from sitting in my barbershop chair, understanding what I went through today, and the things that I'm now more inspired to do. But even though inspiration, motivation, these things are fleeting, the question is, am I going to stay consistent? Yes, I am. Being a part of impactful conversations and training, this is what we are all about. We're all about understanding that we are only as good as our last act. And for our clients, that we are always about building, we're always about learning, and we're always about making sure that we are transparent, but more importantly, that we are authentic with the services, the products that we provide. So if you would like to work with me and my team, please feel free to reach out. I'll leave my link, my LinkedIn link inside the chat or inside the comments, or even to the bottom of this caption. And I'll also leave my email, because all we're about succession planning. We are passionate about team building. We are passionate about communication, and we are passionate to bring these things, or to bring these to help companies, organizations, and even individuals to reach and to gain their full potential. But not only potential, because potential is only a promise, but we're talking about now adding capacity, stretching that capacity, because now it's that capacity that speaks to the skill that you need. So I look forward to working with you, and reach out to me, provide me feedback. I'm all about that. But let's get together, let's have that communication, let's just have that talk, let's sit down and chat. Let's see now, how could we make this a mutual and beneficial relationship. Have a good one.